Hello, I'm Jessica, also known as Aikika Dragon on Ravelry, and welcome to my Aikika Dragon knitting podcast. Wow, I just forgot the name. Anyway, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? It's my birthday! Woo! Also, in all reality, so I guess I'm going to do the life segment early this time, just to get this out of the way. But about a week ago, my husband and I were in the golf cart running some errands, and we were T-boned by a car, and the golf cart tipped over and we tipped out, and I have a fractured back and a fractured sternum, and my husband was injured as well. However, we are both home, we are both healing, and we're going to be okay. So we're thankful for that at least. And so that's why I didn't make one last week. And it's been a crazy ride. So my memory's a little bit spotty. I don't know if that's because of medication or if it's because I hit my head so hard, because I did black out. And I don't know how long I blacked out for. And so yeah, it's an adventure. We're on our way to healing, and that's all that we can really ask for. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird wearing this all the time. Definitely didn't think I'd be doing this for my birthday. But okay, so let's get to the good stuff now. Let's get to the knitting. I obviously haven't done a ton because I spent a good portion of that time in the hospital, but I did get some done. So the thing that's been on my needles the longest is the Flirt skirt. That's by Claire Jackson. I'm using, Malabrigo Sussero yarn in the colorway Paris Night. So this, look, I got actually quite a bit done. So the reason I got so much progress on this done was this was my project for my the storied knit that I started doing, and I kept recording it, and all these things kept going wrong, so I would have to re-record it, just me sitting there knitting. So I actually got a lot done, which is kind of funny. So let's pull this up. You can see, oh, the light's coming in the window there. You can see my progress keeper right there. I made a good couple inches. That's gonna be the waistband of the skirt. There's my progress keeper, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that progress, especially all things considered, right? It's definitely not going to be done by this weekend, which I was originally hoping for, but obviously I'm giving myself a lot of grace with that. Also, because of our condition, we're no longer able to travel to the wedding, so I wouldn't be able to wear it to the wedding that I was going to this weekend anyway. So, I'm actually pretty happy with that progress. I am going to go ahead and move the progress keeper. I am able to still knit on this skirt. I tried it yesterday, which was pretty exciting. There are, because it's a little bit finer, excuse me sounding so winded, but because it's a little bit, it's fingering weight yarn, I have to be a little bit careful with everything because I have to think about it a little bit. Not too much. So let's see, how long has this been on my needles? This has been on my needles for 25 days. Obviously I was hoping to be close to done. That's okay, not a big deal. Yeah, and I can still work on this. The pattern is not super difficult. It's easy enough to memorize. So I'm in a good place to continue working on this. So I will continue to do so. All right. Sorry, everything's like a little bit slower, right? It's probably a good thing because this is going to be a short podcast. I'm not sure how long I'm really going to last, but just tire out easily. So the other thing that was on my needles last time I talked to you was my birthday socks. So, look, I finished one. Here's my progress keeper. So obviously I finished through the toe. I do these cuff down. Finished through the toe, and I started on the second one, and I got to about here, and I was working on it on the golf cart while we were running errands. And I am now going to have to abandon these socks. I have no idea where it went. All of my stuff that I had with me was returned, except for my knitting. Don't know where it went. The needles, the sock that was attached to the needles, so like the halfway done sock to about here, and the yarn ball and the yarn cozy that I had made that the yarn was sitting in, all gone. I searched my stuff that was at the hospital. I searched my husband's stuff. We got the golf cart back from the lot that they took it to after the accident. Not in there. My stitch markers were in there, but not the project I was working on. We went back to the place where it happened. We searched high and low. We asked the business that was near there. Nothing. So I no longer have the yarn for this. So I'm going to keep this sock for right now. I guess it's possible I could go down to the yarn store and see if they have more of the Guacamayo. It was the Huasco sock 1006 Guacamayo, and see if they have more of it. Or I may just let it go. I don't know if they would be happy memories for me anymore. So we'll see. I do still like the sock. I think it's very cute. I think it's a lot of fun. So we'll see. I don't even know if they'll have the yarn. Maybe I'll just go pick something else out that's fun and festive. So an abandoned project. I think that would have been my finished object this week. And I would have been wearing them today, but that's okay. You know what? Life happens. So made good progress on the socks. I was doing really well, but it ended up being an abandoned work. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, next up. I did those, did I say the birthday socks were on my needles for 18 days as of today? Of course, I don't know if I would have finished them by now or not yet. So it's a mystery. And what do knitters love? A good mystery, right? So the last project that I have, I talked about starting last week, but I hadn't started yet. Not last week, last time I did the podcast. And that I was using the Caron cakes, the Caron Big Cakes in Toffee Brickle. And obviously you can see I've started pulling from it. This is my Get Her Gone blanket, so that I'm using up yarn that was in my stash. And I hadn't even started it, so there is no plate marker. But look, it's a corner to corner blanket, so it slowly gets bigger and bigger. I've made a lot of progress on this one. First of all, it's a super easy knit. So I'm not really using a pattern because obviously the yarn changes colors by itself, but I did base it. I started it with the numbers of the pattern, the Magic Number Blanket by Helen Cosgrove Davies. So I did use that pattern to get it started. And it gives it this kind of little bordered edge look, which I think is a nice little touch. So yeah, no place marker because I hadn't even started it. So this has been super easy for me to knit. I could even knit it when I was just laying there. I don't have to look or anything. It's got nice big chunky yarn, nice big needles. I can do it pretty much anytime. So I'm not worrying about when the color changes happen. I'm just letting it be what it is. And I've been enjoying it, honestly. It's been nice to have something to keep my hands busy when I feel like I can. And this has been on my needles for, did I write it down? 10 days. Yes, it's been on my needles for 10 days. Obviously, quite a big chunk of that I was not able to do any knitting. But I do love it. It's easy to work on. And to be honest with you, I had plans to donate it to the hospital before everything happened. And now it has even more meaning getting to donate it to the hospital now and someone that needs it. The hospitals down here are very busy. I'm in South Carolina. Things are understaffed, they're overwhelmed. And you know what? Sometimes somebody just needs a little bit of comfort. So if I can offer that to somebody by donating this blanket, once it's done, it's gonna have even more meaning to me because of everything that's happened. So I'm excited to get this done. I'll keep working on this. Probably this will be my main project right now, but we'll see. Of course, my mood can change. I do like, this yarn is 100% acrylic and it's great for what it is. I love the colors and it's fun and it's washable. But the Malabrigo Paris Midnight is softer and I enjoy working with that one more. So, you know, it can just depend on my mood. So that's it for my projects. I'm gonna keep this fairly short. As far as my gaming goes, I feel like this is just what I'm saying this whole podcast. Haven't really had a chance to do any gaming. I was out of commission. I did play one game of Pathfinder before the accident, and that was a lot of fun. It was a really good game, although I don't remember a ton about it. I do remember, though, that we came across, this is the game where I play Hydrangea Heatherfoot, the investigator, slash I have multi-classed her into partly a bard. And it was a lot of fun getting to use some of her magical spells. And it was also good, well, no, it wasn't good. We were at this place trying to meet somebody and we were looking for him and we opened the door and there was this story, fortune teller. And it was just funny because one of the other characters took off, she had like this bandage over her mouth that had an eye on it, I guess. Well, that was there, it was a magical thing, and I guess she was a banshee. So as soon as he took that off, she did a wail, and Hydrangea Heatherfoot had already been injured in a previous encounter, and Hydrangea Heatherfoot died. She perished, and it was interesting because all the people were like, oh no, what happened? How did she not have enough hit points and all this kind of stuff? And I get very attached to my characters, so I think everyone was a little bit worried that I was going to be upset, but I wasn't. It's part of the game. And they ended up having enough money to be able to bring her back, but it made me laugh. And it was a lot of fun to see how they dealt with it. I sat quietly for a good chunk of the game, not most of the game because it was later in the game, but a good chunk of the game I had to sit quiet because I didn't have a character to play. So it was fun to listen to them and see how they played it and what happened. So I wish I could remember more of it, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. I know I had a good time. And if you want to, I think they are going to play again tonight. And that is Pepper Real on Twitch, Pepperrial on Twitch. I'm going to try and play, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it because I have trouble looking at the screen for a long period of time. So, because I'm fairly certain I have a concussion, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just listen in and it'll be a lot of fun that way too. That's all I know about my gaming. As far as what I have been watching, before the accident, I got really hooked on Fallout, which you can get on Amazon Prime. And I am really enjoying that series. I think it's a well done great script, just great actors. It's been fun. I never played those video games, so I think I'm missing some of the inside jokes, but it doesn't matter. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm sure it would be even more funny if I knew those inside jokes, but it's great fun. I am really enjoying Fallout, and I recommend it. And then as far as in the hospital, I watched the Hallmark Channel the whole time I was in there with the sound off. So I don't know what I was watching. I just needed something that I knew was not going to be sad or people getting hurt or anything like that. I needed happy ending, easy to solve problems. So, and I don't even know what I watched in there. I couldn't tell you to save my life, other than I just needed some certainty that things were going to work out. So that's what I watched there. And I didn't even really watch it because I can't look at the screen that long. So, but it made me feel better. So the Hallmark Channel, if you're feeling blue, is a good way to go. So I think that's where I'm gonna end it today. I'm hoping each week that things will get better and better and easier. I don't have a timeline yet on when this is gonna come off. They said anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks. And I'll just keep on keeping on until then. Anyway, happy knitting, crafting, happy gaming, and thanks for stopping by. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye.